My new science fiction and climate fiction sci-fi book is titled EMM, pronounced in short as AIM, Earth, Moon, Mars. The Mandala Labyrinth Gold, with the first installment in the series, named Volume A. The story is set in a fictional universe called the EMM world, or more simply, M world. Earth, Moon, and Mars world. A reimagined version of our own solar system, where Earth has 2 natural satellites, instead of just one. Our planet, Earth, and its 2 natural moons, satellites, Moon and Mars. Yes, Earth has got 2 moons, our real world's moon, but a completely different moon, and the second natural satellite, moon, Mars. Correct. The name is same with our real planet, Mars, but it is completely different from it. Only similarity is its size matches our real planet, Mars. So, in my sci-fi world, both natural satellites, Moon and Mars, orbit round our planet, Earth, in a somewhat similar way as our real world, Moon, does to our real Earth. But again, it is different from the way the Earth-Moon revolution of our real world. Since Earth has 2 moons, so do the way they orbit around Earth differ. These unique planetary mechanics, along with the broader world building, are explored in full detail in my sci-fi novel, offering readers a fresh and immersive take on Earth's place in the cosmos. Our planet, Earth, is almost identical to the real-world Earth we know, carrying much of its familiar history. Yet, it is different, because my book is a science fiction and climate fiction blend, a sci-fi hybrid. This Earth follows an alternate history. Over time, it has evolved into something else entirely, a transformed planet, reshaped by the forces of time, technology, and climate. In my story, Earth is not just Earth. It is the planet of the M world. It has its own alternate history, blended with the real history of the real Earth, of our real world. This Earth is not a complete departure, nor a pure invention. It mirrors our world, but bends it, reshaping its past, present, and future under the weight of climate collapse, AI, dominance, and human evolution. On the other hand, the Moon in my sci-fi world, the M world, is one of 2 natural satellites orbiting Earth. The only similarity it shares with the real-world Moon is its size, and because of that, it possesses a gravity nearly identical to ours, approximately 1/6 of Earth's gravity. Beyond that, everything else, its role, its history, its environment, is reimagined for this new world of my story. You will see the details of this in my sci-fi book. Again, like the Moon of my sci-fi world, the M world, Mars, is the second natural satellite that orbits this alternate Earth. It follows a path similar to the Moon, and just like the Moon, it shares key traits with its real-world counterpart. The name and size of this moon, Mars, are the same as the planet, Mars, in our real solar system. And because of that, its gravity is also similar, approximately 1/3 of Earth's gravity. But beyond those similarities, everything else about this moon, Mars, is completely reimagined. As the story unfolds, you will discover a Mars, unlike anything known to our real world. Both our natural satellites, Mars and Moon, in my sci-fi cli-fi story, EMM world, are formed from our planet, Earth, during the formation of our solar system. As a result of this, the composition and structure of both moons are similar to our Earth, almost identical. The most amazing thing is, both our natural moons have the same green environment like Earth, full of plants and trees and water, with oceans and seas just like Earth. The only difference is that both moons do not have animals and birds like Earth. Of course, humans, too, have not evolved on our natural moons yet, until human beings built huge rockets that could surpass Earth's gravity and successfully landed on our two natural satellites, or moons, for the first time in the year 1969. Like our real world, in my sci-fi cli-fi world, M, World 2, human beings always dreamed about reaching its two natural moons one day. With the development in science and technology, and also in space technology too, like our real world, humans developed the capabilities of making these huge rockets that could carry humans out of Earth's gravity and finally conquer its two natural satellites, Moon and Mars, in July 1969. This is what happened in my sci-fi cli-fi world, EMM world, in the same month of the same year as part of an alternate history. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, In my sci-fi cli-fi story, human beings successfully landed on both our natural satellites, Moon and Mars, respectively. It changed the history of humankind forever in my sci-fi cli-fi world, the M world, also known as EMM world. The United States of America, USA, successfully landed on our moon on July 20th, 1969, and the USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, set foot on our Mars, the second natural satellite of Earth, the very next day, on July 21st, 1969. After the first landings on our two moons, in July 1969, both the USA and the USSR continued to carry out subsequent landings over the next few decades. All of these events will be explored in detail in my sci-fi cli-fi book. Before all these successful landing stories, my sci-fi cli-fi book shares the same history of space exploration as our real world, though with a few differences. Let us now explore it.
Laika, the first living being, a dog, to orbit Earth, she did not survive the mission. But Laika is remembered worldwide as a pioneer and a symbol of the sacrifices made during the early days of space exploration.
True, as heard from our archive, from Laika, the first living being to travel into space, to the many missions that followed and eventually led to the first human in space, my sci-fi cli-fi story also shares the same history of space exploration. Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin was the first man to go into space. Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman to go into space, and then many more followed. Finally, the day humans had been waiting for over many years was fulfilled, when Neil Armstrong became the first human to ever set foot on our moon. This historic moment happened in my sci-fi cli-fi story as well. In my sci-fi cli-fi story, after man landed on the moon, the very next day, the USSR landed human beings on the other moon, our second natural satellite of Earth, Mars. Svetlana Orlovskaya became the first person to set foot on Mars, a female cosmonaut of the erstwhile USSR. She was soon followed by Alexei Kosmichev, who became the second person to step onto Mars, a fellow cosmonaut of Svetlana, exiting the same lander they both arrived in. Before the successful landing of humans on its two moons, both the USA and the USSR did not send just one rocket each, but two. Each country sent one mission to the moon and one to Mars, hoping to land on both natural satellites of Earth. But tragedy struck just before these historic successes. The USA's Mars lander crashed on the surface of Mars, and all aboard the lander were killed. The American attempt to land on Mars failed, although they succeeded in landing on the moon. Similarly, the USSR's moonlander, launched before the USA's, exploded upon touching the surface of the moon. All cosmonauts aboard were killed, burned in the explosion. These heartbreaking events are described in detail in my sci-fi cli-fi story. But, as always, after many failures, success did happen. In the story, humans eventually colonized both of our two natural moons, Moon and Mars, in my EMM world. And today, in the year 2169, the future year where my sci-fi cli-fi story is set, the world looks very different. Further details can be found in my book titled EMM, pronounced in short as AIM. Earth, Moon, Mars. The Mandala Labyrinth Gold. Enjoy reading it similarly as you are with this video. Thank you.